Here's a secret to job search that no one really talks about. Did you know that knowing more about your personality type can help you to make a better decision when it comes to your career path? In this video, we'll specifically look at it from a marketing angle because that's what this channel is all about. But ultimately, I think the method of connecting your personality type to a career path is applicable to other professions as well. And if you want to learn the framework of how to nail this, then keep on watching this video. One of the most asked questions by marketers trying to break into marketing is, where do I begin? And there are so many different job posts, there are so many different titles. Which one is the right one for me and which one will I fit better? And marketing is not a one-size-fits-all career. There are many different roles, specializations, types of companies, and the marketing task that you will have in one of those companies is not going to be the same in another one. With that said, there are certain personality characteristics and traits that better align with certain paths, in my opinion, and so far what my studies tell me. So I'm going to suggest starting out with this free 16 personalities test. Let's move on to that page. This is a test that is actually encouraged or requested by a lot of employers. They want their employees to take this test because it really gives them a good idea around obviously their personalities, but like what their strong suits and what their weaknesses are, what their workplace habits are, and how they communicate and all of that. And it gives you a great analysis too. It gives you a great, I guess, moment of reflection in how you are and how you behave in certain circumstances and conditions. And honestly, when I did this test, I was so creeped out because it was literally like my therapist was talking to me. Anyway, so once you get your results, you'll likely want to go through all of it because it's quite interesting. But for us specifically, the most relevant sections are the summary of your results, which will appear on the right side of the screen. It looks like this. This is a screenshot of my personal results. And you'll also want to review your strengths and weaknesses, career paths, and workplace habits that are suggested in the results once you complete the test. The homework I want you to do while you're kind of going through your results is take notes and screenshots as you review your results. So kind of do a reflection session while you are going through the results of the test. Next step after kind of taking your notes and doing that personal reflection is coming back to this chart that I've created and looking at the MBTI personality traits and how you make decisions. So MBTI stands for Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. This is the method that the test is based on. And then have a deep look into this chart that is going to be available for you in the description box below. This tells you how you perceive the world and make decisions when you categorize yourself in one of these boxes. Let's move on. So let's now understand how your results translate into marketing career paths. How I approach this is by, I guess, simplifying the concept and simplifying the number of marketing roles to look at. And when I was doing this exercise or this study, I specifically chose the roles that are the top ones for entry-level marketers. And so you're going to see here top 10 entry-level marketing roles, and you're gonna be able to, hopefully by the end of this reading session, identify which one or two speaks more to you. You're gonna look at the key tasks handled by each role in this analysis. You're gonna see the skills required and a recap of who is likely to be a good candidate for this role. Obviously, there are gonna be some exceptions, but this is if you were looking at it from, a broad macro perspective, I think this is a very, very solid analysis, and you can eventually identify which ones speak or which ones kind of look highlighted for you, if that makes sense. So in this detailed guide, we have the top 10 marketing roles, as I mentioned, for entry-level roles. Let's look at the job titles just as a skim through. Account coordinator, social media coordinator, project coordinator, event marketing coordinator, specialist, marketing specialist, assistant. This is probably the most common one that I see. SEO specialist, public relations specialist or coordinator. And I specifically did specialist or coordinator because you do see either of them, and that is okay. Content marketer, copywriter, email marketing specialist, and digital performance marketer. Let's go through one of the examples together so that you get an understanding of what you're going to find within this guide. So I've chosen randomly event marketing coordinator. This role comes up with ideas for events that meet particular needs and then make it come to life. A couple of tasks that this person is responsible for is planning and organizing all aspects of events, from venue choice to success metrics, assisting the content development team for event materials, providing support in social media monitoring, researching vendors, platforms, and making selections based on creativity, quality, and cost, organize requirements, establish contacts, develop schedules and assignments, and manage mailing lists to ensure event success. So there is a lot of, working with multiple stakeholders and multiple platforms and tools. And finally, the recap is you will need to be people-oriented and really comfortable with digital tools as events have become increasingly more virtual. You will need to be a good project manager, so the different pieces come together to launch a memorable event, and a great community manager to keep your audience engaged and nurtured. So while I'm reading that, or while obviously you are going through the whole guide, what I want you to do is, if you find yourself nodding to certain roles that you're reading through and thinking, yeah, that's me, or I can see myself doing that, then I want you to take notes of those specific roles. And that is at the least going to narrow down your options, because it is one thing to have like an ocean of opportunities or job posts to look at. It is another thing to have a narrowed down list to do a further study in. And the next step, once you've gone through the whole guide, is going to be to get ready to tailor your resume, to have a cover letter that is customized for the role that you're interested in, and also customize your LinkedIn profile too. And if you also identify any skills that you can further develop to be a better candidate or be a more prepared candidate for this role or job post, then that is also a cue for you to kind of take note and work on those skills. And the final thoughts on this subject is, some people actually see this exercise as a waste of time, or they don't, not maybe a waste of time, but they don't see the value in doing this because it does take a little bit of time, to maybe like 1 hour, 2 hours at the most, I'm going to say, unless you go through this exercise. I think the downside is that you aren't really intentional with your job applications, and it really slows you down. So that is the gist of it. I do have some more recommended content here for you to keep on reading. And as I mentioned already, the links for the test and this guide is going to be down below. And if you're interested in learning more about how the course Break Into Marketing can help you, then that's going to be also linked down in the description box below. It is so good to be back in my office and making videos once again for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully you took something away from it. If you did, let me know what was your biggest takeaway from this video in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.